Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is part of my new series, Inspo, episode number 2. And today I want to share with you guys a book and actually a website. I discovered it first from Instagram because it has so many fun wisdom filled drawing, and it's called the book is called No Hard Feelings. It's written by Fosslien and Mollie Duffy, and it's talking about the secret power of embracing the emotions at work. I know it sounds like a heavy topic, doesn't it? But it's actually presented with all kinds of fun and easy to look at drawings, and I love that. Growing up in China, I have always been a huge fan of comics and especially Japanese manga, and I used to read a lot of comics at school and also doodles and draw things. It's just something I think hobby to me, and I still like collecting fun drawings and stickers to these days, especially when things are presented in I think hand drawings, and there's so much the stories behind are so easy to convey. So I am on the landing page of Mollie. As you can see, this is a really fun drawing, and I think this is so it says there's a look at a header, there's book, there's workshop, there's actually also a lot of resources here, from e-cards to assessment, that feel free to check it out. But overall, what is it? This is actually focused on talking about emotions at work. And when you hear the phrase emotion at work, like it says here, you might think of job interviews, you might think of salary negotiations, you might think about those heavy topics. But you probably felt just, the same and as intense about the day-to-day things. For example, thrilled about receiving good to go from CEO in your Slack comment, or infuriated when a colleague interrupts you for the fifth time, and you fret over whether you need to immediately reply to a work email that appears in your inbox on a Saturday evening. Those just about a few lines here on this website. A lot of the things here really resonate with me. And I think modern work, like it says here, requires a lot of ability to actually effectively harness your emotion. I think a lot of soft skills that Mollie covers here in their drawing series in this book is so helpful. It resonates a lot with, to me, what happens or what struggle you might come across at work, but it's presented in a very fun way and thought-provoking way. So I wanted to share this with you guys. There are, as you see here, there are you can take an emotional tendencies assessment. There are a couple of other assessments you can take with the resource area. But what I wanted to share you here is, first of all, the book. It's called No Hard Feelings. I haven't read it, I have to admit. I just ordered a book because I have been following them on Instagram for a while, and there are so many good stuff coming out from it. And I think I'm really excited about this book. So a little bit intro. This is like a cover. This is how this book looks like. No Hard Feelings: The Secret Power of Embracing Emotions at Work. Just think about the topic. What are some emotions you have or come across at work? Probably a lot, a huge mix of different type of emotions, from anxiety, from jealousy to confusing. All of those, I haven't actually read a book talking about it, and I think this is such a good topic because it's something that I'm pretty sure everyone probably have the same issue or similar struggles at work, but it's a area hasn't been really touched. How do you handle those feelings? How do you handle those emotions? So I'm really excited about this book, and I can't wait for it. It's on the way, so I'm hoping to get it next Tuesday. I think that's my estimated delivery date. But another thing I really wanted to share with you guys is their Instagram account. You can get to it from here. That's actually how I first discovered about Mollie. So this is what we're looking at, is Mollie's Instagram page. There are all sorts of drawings, and I'm just gonna go pick up one example here. This one just published recently. As you can see, it's just a really simple diagram or drawings. Top, what I thought I needed to know to get started. Everything. Exactly. And the truth, is just this one little slice. It's useful to have an idea of what you want to do. That's it. What about the rest? There's a good portion saying, but you will learn a lot just by getting started. True. There's another huge portion, like 1/3 of the pie, and you will keep learning along the way. Again, true. And the rest of the part, and something you will never really know. And it says here, too often we put pressures on ourselves when we have the feeling that we have to figure out everything before we even get started. For example, creating a UX portfolio, especially if it is your first portfolio and you're looking to break into the field as a UX designer fighting a full-time job, it feels like tons of burden. Like, where do I even start? You feel like you have to do the research of all sorts of available tools available in the world, from like website hosting tools to like plugins. You feel like you have to figure out everything. What is the best tool? How many projects you should put it on there? What if I don't have real project experience? Where do I get those case studies even started from? But you know what? Quite often the truth is you just really have to start somewhere. And it says here, we'll never be able to perfectly predict the future, and our initial assumptions are often inaccurate, and there are many things we don't even know that we don't know. So it says, I found it helpful to define the problem I'm trying to solve, make a plan I can easily change down the line, and just regularly revisit my progress and adjust accordingly. So in other words, I try to help myself realize I should just take that first step, and I will learn and improve as I go. I think this resonates with me a lot, because I feel like this may be part of the imposter syndrome. Like when I get a new job, or like, for example, when I first joined Google as a UX designer, this is how I feel. I feel like I don't even know where should I start. Like, I feel like there are so many things I need to learn. And also it's happened to stay the same. Like when I actually first think about starting a YouTube channel, like, do I know how to edit a video? Do I even know like how to, come up with those good stories? Would people actually want to watch my video? Like, would that bring people any value? It's all sorts of hesitation, like assumptions you make on your own that you think you have to force yourself to figure out before you can actually start doing something. But that's not true. And what I learned is really like, just if you feel interested or you want to do something, the most effective way is not a secret. It's really just by getting out there and take the first step, get started. So I love this graph. It's like so straightforward. It's wickedly fun, and also thought-provoking. And there are other stuffs here. For example, I'm gonna pick another one. Well, there are actually a lot of stuff I haven't seen recently, but this is another one I really like. Should you take on that non-urgent, non-important request? This is kind of probably what happens a lot in our everyday work. Is like there are constantly urgent things. Like there's a red flag, hey, email or message, instant message comes in, like, can you help on this? Like there is something really urgent, and you have to debate like, oh gosh, do I have to jump everything on my plate or what I plan to do and switch gear to help someone on something else. Actually, I have to admit, I'm not good at saying no at all, and this is still something I'm learning and trying to improve. It's an incredibly valuable skill. You should start to build sooner than later. So let's take a look at this chart. First, it started with, do you want to do it? If the answer is no, say no. If the answer is sort of, okay, no you don't, just say no. If you do want to do it, if the answer is yes, you actually want to do it, then ask yourself the next question, do you have the capacity? If it is no, then say no. If it is sort of, chances are no, you don't have the capacity, so say no. I know this might be taking a little extreme and another side spectrum, but you get the idea. I think learning to say no is such an important skill. No matter what you do, I think this is part applied to work, but also applied to life. And there are always like many small, non-urgent tasks that come up every day. And if you are driven by the urgent, chances are you will leave the important away. And it says now when I'm feeling overwhelmed, I pause and remind myself of the 1 to 3 big things I want to get done that day, and I try to be better about saying no to new non-urgent obligations. These are just two examples of what you might get to see from Liz and Mollie's Instagram. So like I mentioned, if you really like drawings and looking for something fun, both fun and rewarding to look at, this is a good place. I have been following this Liz and Mollie's Instagram for a while, and it's always like enlighten my day. It's part of it's the fun drawing, but it's also, I think, the topic. It's really bringing those I think somewhat sensitive but meaningful topics onto the table. And I think emotions at work is something we should talk about, feel comfortable to talk about. Don't just feel like, oh my god, I am fine. I don't know if you have seen that comics, but it's like pretty much everything is like fires, chaos going on, and the little girl is going crazy, and there's a little meme saying, I am fine, and I don't want you guys to be there. And so I think let's find out some strategy, learn about how to handle those emotions at work. And might be a fun resource to look at. So I think that's all I have for today. Well, I'm super excited to share more fun stuff with you guys, and I can't wait for my book, No Hard Feelings. My book is on the way. So this book is basically it's a visual exploration of how to embrace emotion at work and become more authentic and fulfilled while staying professional. Just to read a couple of like quotes, what people are saying from Times is saying, Fosslien and Duffy argue that office could be a much more enjoyable place if we weren't so discouraged from feeling our feelings while on the clock. The book balances heartfelt advice with fun features like bingo for meetings and illustrations that poke fun at our common foibles, like overthinking emails and doing work during a vacation day. So you get the idea. Learn how to handle our emotions at work can hopefully make everyone's workday more enjoyable. Yeah, I might share with you guys more about what was my take after I read that book. So that's all I have for today, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks guys, bye.